I am now learning that maturity just means cleaning up more messes than you make. When I think back to my 4-year-old self, all I did was cry, ask for food, and pee my pants, and especially to change my drawers. That was it. I was a professional mess maker. All children are between the ages of infancy and maybe about 4 years old, 5 years old. They are on earth to just make messes. That's about it. That's it. Now you do have the occasional child who knows how to ask nicely for things and is a little more polite than the next. But at the very end of the day, children are immature because they do not know how to clean up their own messes just yet. I mean, think about it. They're babies. They're new to this whole life thing, so it makes sense why that is. As we move into young adolescence and then being a teenager, those are very formative years where we actually start to mature and we learn how to clean up after ourselves. And I can remember when I was, 12, 13, learning how to take out the trash and wash the dishes and clean up messes that even though I didn't make, I'm still responsible for cleaning them up. So even though it's a sink full of dishes and maybe I didn't make any dishes that day, I didn't make any dirty dishes that day, but it was my day to do the dishes, so go on, clean that thing up, keep it pushing. Being a teenager and cleaning up messes as like a household chore, take that into young adulthood and adulthood where you have a lot more responsibilities than when you were 11 at age 25. The same messes that I was dealing with when I was 7 are way different than the messes I'm dealing with now. At age 7, it was, oh man, I spilled some juice on the floor. Let me get a napkin and pick that up. That's a sign of maturity right there. As a 7-year-old, being able to see a mess that I made and say, yeah, let me clean that up. Let me clean that up. Let me get a napkin, wipe it up, problem solved. At 25, I'm dealing with my own messes and the world's messes. Trying to solve societal problems takes a lot of maturity because a lot of societal problems were there way before I was even thought of. A lot of issues that I deal with on a daily basis, whether it be in my own relationships, with family, friends, coworkers, or just any given random stranger out there in the world. There's so much mess in the world to be cleaned up where if I'm in a position to change something, whether it be through outward action or through an internal decision to change how I operate and to change how I interact with others, there's so much mess to be cleaned up that it really does take a lot of maturity for someone to make the decision to say, all right, I see there's a problem. It ain't my problem, but I would still like to help fix it, or I would still like to create solutions for it, or I would still just, at the bare minimum, not make the problem any worse than it already is. So you can insert your societal problem here, you can insert your family problem here, you can insert any type of issue that you've been dealing with or avoiding, and a sign of maturity, a sign of emotional, psychological mental growth in my life is me being able to say, all right, here's an issue. I'm going to do something to help solve it. Even if I didn't create the issue, I am willingly taking the responsibility and creating a solution. That is a very difficult decision to make for a lot of people. And depending on the societal issue or the family issue or whatever is going on, that's a very difficult decision to make, because it means I have to let go of some things that are convenient or comfortable or easy. I have to let go of dimensions of me that made life less complex. And in making a decision, I am deciding to lead a more complex life, or to dig into nuances of my own life or the life of people around me in a more detailed way. I'm willing to analyze and examine and learn and unlearn habits, thought processes, and just lifestyle conveniences to create solutions, or to at least not add to the problems that already exist. Key point: a sign of growth and maturity in my life is cleaning up more messes than I make, and cleaning up messes that have nothing to do with me. I'll leave you with this. As you mature, you will have to let some of your dimensions go. But as those older dimensions fade away, you're making room for newer and better dimensions to come about.